What is going on, guys? Saucy here, and today I'm going to be bringing you what I think the top peripherals for switching from controller to mouse and keyboard are going to be for below $100. So I will have the best mouse I think you can get and the best keyboard I think you can get, while staying completely 100% under $100 in total for both. So the keyboard we're going to be talking about today is the Royal Kludge RK61 60% mechanical keyboard. And the mouse we're going to be talking about today is the Logitech G502 wired mouse. And I'm going to sort of detail what I think about them, what, pros and cons. And yeah, so I'm excited. I hope this is going to be helpful for you guys. And we're going to go ahead and get started with the G502. Alright guys, so here we do have our Logitech G502 mouse. Now this is a really nice mouse. I think it's got a really good feel. A really good detail on this right here is a thumb rest for your thumb, and I think that, people with medium to large hands are really going to like this mouse. I mean, I have pretty small hands, if you can see. They're not the biggest, and they fit on the mouse comfortably. It feels good in my hand. The only downside is if you're used to a light mouse, something along the lines of maybe like you tried out a Model O or you tried out a Final mouse before switching or buying peripherals, this is going to feel a little bit heavy even without the weights. And a really nice design though is that the bottom does come off. You can add weights as you would like if the mouse feels too light when you get it. I think it's honestly heavier than most mouses when even without the weights, but still I think it feels comfortable. It comes in at $35, which is a very reasonable price, and it is compatible with the Logitech G Hub software. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up and take you guys on a tour as far as what you can and cannot do with this mouse. Alright guys, so here we do have the Logitech G Hub software. Pretty much you can download this, just look up Logitech software, and then if you even want to, you can type in the mouse that you have. So my face cam is the C920, but we're going to be looking at the G502 mouse and what we can do with that today. So we're going to go ahead and open that up. Here you can see the preview of the RGB that we have on it. It's the logo and then one of the side buttons. You can do pretty much, there's a few effects you can get. You can get breathing, which is solid color, and it pulsates. You can choose the primary, which will be the left button, and then logo, which is the G right here. You can change the rate, which adjusts the speeds at which it changes colors. If you put them both on the same effect, you can sync the lighting zones so that they pulse at the same time and they look like they are in sync. For me, I like the cycle because I like the multicolor effect, but I'll go ahead and show you screen sampler and audio visualizer. I don't use that much because it captures your window and tries to match that color for screen sampler, and I don't find that very useful. I mean, it's cool, but I don't need it. And then fixed, just solid color. So yeah, you can do all that. I do prefer cycle though because it gives you all the color ranges. I like my rate to be sort of low. I don't want it to be going too fast. I don't like it flashing in my face, so I'm going to go ahead and sync my lighting zones on the mouse. Here we do have all of our mapping. So what I will mention is G-Shift, I do believe is considered a macro. So I would not use that when playing Fortnite because I do believe you can get banned by the AutoMod software. So just be, cautionary of that. But here you can map all the buttons. Here would be your DPI adjusting buttons. And then right here would let you cycle through profiles. I have them disabled because I don't really feel the need. I feel like I would accidentally switch a profile mid-game and change all my settings. And adjusting my DPI, I have my set DPI that I like. So I'm going to keep it like that. And then here we have our DPIs, so you can choose between 4 DPIs, I think actually 5 DPIs, and you use the side mouse buttons, which I showed you right here, those two to toggle DPIs, but actually I have it disabled so it doesn't really apply. I use a 1800 DPI, and then if you go all the way back, you click back on G502, the settings right here. So for surface tuning, this is a really cool feature. You click that and you move your mouse around on whatever surface you're using. For me, I've just recently switched to keyboard and mouse, so I don't have a mouse pad. I do have a cutout piece of cardboard taped to my desk. It's sort of balling on a budget setup. So, you put it on there, you move your mouse around, and it detects, and it matches your mouse to that surface. Angle snapping, I would suggest not turning on in DPI lighting. It doesn't really matter. It just changes the lighting when you change your DPIs. And yeah, so that is the G502 Logitech mouse. And at the end, I am going to showcase some gameplay on the game today will be Fortnite. It's going to be mouse and keyboard cam so that you guys can see sort of how it handles in-game. So yeah, moving on to the Royal Kludge RK61 60% mechanical keyboard. Alright guys, so here we have our Royal Kludge RK61 keyboard. Mine does have the red switches because I do stream and create content, so I think, you know, having the quieter switches is more helpful for me so it doesn't get picked up in my mic, because I do use a Blue Yeti, and as everyone knows, one of the most sensitive mics, it picks up goddamn near everything. But we're gonna hop right into it. So here is what it generally sounds like. These are the red switches. So I do have the white edition. It does also come in a black color. I thought the white, I just thought it looked cleaner for my setup because I do have a wooden table, so it matched that. First thing I want to get into is actually all the RGB settings this has. For that, I will turn down the lights a little bit to make it easier to see. So there we go. For this keyboard, it is a 60% keyboard, so we do have the top row of numbers. It has the F numbers taken off, as well as all the numbers on the right. So it stops at delete, you have delete, and it goes down all the way to function. So to change the colors, you press function and then backslash, and you can cycle through 17 RGB settings. So this one, the keys react when you press them. Just go ahead and cycle that. Here we do have a bright, almost rainbow color with a soft white backlight. Go ahead and cycle it one more time. As you can see, it sort of just reacts slowly. A lot of these settings, I wouldn't use this one. And then we do have that same color pattern, just solid. Here we have the blue breathing effect. And then here we do have it fading from solid backlight for all colors on the spectrum. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue. This one, it starts in the center and it sort of pulses across. I like this one. I'm gonna go ahead and cycle it one more time. From left to right, we do have that wave effect. This one will light up the entire row when you press a button. This one will move it from left to right depending on where you press. If you press it on the left, it goes from left to right. If you press it on the right, it goes from right to left. And if you press it on the middle, it'll go out from the middle. So G and H. Right to left, left to right. Same thing, it's a full keyboard instead of rows. Goes from the top to the bottom, just going across the rows. Another one of those pulsating effects. And then here we just have the solid fade of the regular RGB. This is normally the one I use. It's sort of the default, and then I do believe we've made it all the way through. Yeah, we have. Alright, so that is all the RGB settings we have. Again, you can also function, and right next to that setting change, there is the brightness up. You'll know it's on max brightness when it blinks red 5 times, and if you are turning it down, you will know it is on the minimum brightness because it will blink red 5 times once again, I do believe. Yeah, there we go. And then as far as so depending on what effect you have it on, if you want to change the speed of the effect, you can turn it down with this. Blink red 5 times once it's as slow as it goes. Turn it up here. Blink red 5 times when it's as fast as it goes. And then as far as how it feels, it's just an absolutely perfectly sized keyboard in my opinion. I'm going to be comparing it to, your standard iBuyPower keyboard. So I'm going to put it on top of our iBuyPower keyboard in the top left corner, and as you can see, it's just, wow, it's about 1/3 of the size, maybe just like almost like 2/5, but it definitely is a fraction of the size. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna hop into some gameplay so you can guys see how it handles in game. We're gonna be playing Fortnite, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch the screen. Open up Fortnite. Do have it on our full screen setting. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Again, I'm not really used to playing. I've played on controller most of my life, so you know, I'm not the best player, but I'm gonna show you. You know, everything works well. Everything works as advertised. And the Royal Clutch keyboard is $64, so I think that's definitely a fair price. So I have no issues with the Royal Clutch RK61 60% keyboard. I absolutely love it. I think it's a great mechanical keyboard. It comes in at $64, so cheaper than the Ducky, cheaper than the Any Pro, but in my opinion, you know, I think honestly the mouse falls a little bit short of in a few spots. Really, it's just, in my opinion, the scroll wheel. So it does have the free scroll ability. Take that off, but it's a very heavy, almost metal material for that scroll wheel, so pressing it down is, you know, you got to definitely put some effort in it, whereas most mouses, it's a little bit simpler. And then the notch scrolling, it definitely is, you know, some effort. So for some of those lighter mouses, it would be a little bit easier. But other than that, I honestly have no complaints. I think this is the best mouse and keyboard you can get together for below $100. I think if you're sort of debating switching or just now switching and you don't have the best peripherals, you know, you have whatever came with maybe like your pre-built like that, something like that, then these would definitely be good options. Of course, you can always look around. I know there's the Model O, which is $50. It's kind of hard to procure these days because it's been compared, you know, the lightness of the final mouse. But I definitely think these are two great options for that below $100 setup. So I think you guys should definitely check it out, try it out, and yeah. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This is going to be the end of the video. Make sure you use code Obama in the Fortnite item shop, all caps. You know, that helps support me, that helps me keep creating content. You know, I'm saving up for a better camera right now, because right now we are using a Logitech face cam to record these videos. You know, it's not the best quality, but we're working through it. And thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope this helped out. I hope this helps you, you know, make a decision as far as, you know, if you're on a budget and you want to switch to keyboard and mouse. I think these are definitely the way to go, 100%. I love them. Literally the only issue I have is the scroll wheel and how much effort you got to push down on and scroll it. But other than that, mouse feels great. You know, it's not too heavy. The buttons are easy to press. Keyboard, absolutely awesome. I think it's the cheapest fully functioning RGB keyboard you're going to find. And yeah, so thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate it. And yeah, have an awesome time. Thank you guys so much. Peace.